Howard Stern Show.
Now, when you choose a movie, now that you're so successful, you win the Academy Award, all of this, you could choose any movie you want. Why choose the movie Gold?
First read, I was like, wow. Even if this wasn't based on a true story, this is worth putting on the film.
Are you the producer of this movie?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a producer on the movie as well.
Do you do that a lot?
No, and I don't want to do it a lot.
Why? Because it's so much more work?
And it's an objective hat. And when I'm acting, I don't want to be objective. I want to be my guy and see the world from the inside out of my man, and that's it. I don't want to have to take off that hat and then say, well, let's consider what the best idea is here.
Because what does it mean when you're the producer? Because sometimes people just slap their name on a film. And they
well,
don't really...
this was, I want to be a producer on this because after the initial read, besides loving the character of Kenny Wells, I could smell the world. I knew the world. I knew the relationships. I felt like instinctually. I didn't have to intellectualize it. I was like, I know this place. I know this journey. I know everybody in it. So as a producer, you're helping guide the overall story.
Right.
How it goes. And Stephen Gagin came on. He knew the world, and we were off to make it.
And so when you decide to make it, you can get any movie greenlit pretty much, right? I mean, if you say you're going to be in Gold...
It helps.
It helps a lot.
Sure.
And making this movie, what is... If you were going to pitch this movie to someone in Hollywood and say, hey, we want to make this movie... It's really an adventurer kind of movie, right? It's a guy who makes it against all odds.
There's like millions of people who were never going to get a ticket to the American dream. And this guy literally has a dream.
What's his dream?
He has a dream that he ran across this guy in Indonesia 8 years ago, and that guy knows where the gold is.
It's all about finding the gold.
And he has a dream, and the next day he hawks his girlfriend's watch that he gave her, buys a one-way ticket to Indonesia, and makes it happen.
And guys like that are always usually 9 times out of 10 fucking losers, right? Because they dream about it. They're going to go find gold. It's like being an old prospector in the Old West. It's like, and those guys don't find any gold.
Most people don't find it. Absolutely not.
But this guy found it.
This guy actually finds it.
Did you base the character on your dad?
Well,
because your dad was
a
in
real
the oil
guy,
business.
David Walsh, who it was based on. And after I did the facts on him, biographically, then it was I looked at my own life and I know the Kenny Welleses of the world. And a lot of it was through who my dad was and who he dealt with in a lot of business dealings. My dad was a guy who woke up every morning, threw his legs over the side of bed and said, today's going to be the day.
Right.
And his line was, I'm going to hit a lick. Boys, I'm going to hit a lick.
An oil lick.
And he didn't hit that lick.
No.
And it went on and on and on for days, weeks, months, years until he passed away. He didn't hit that lick. But every day, I'm going to hit a lick. And we were rolling in the dough in the 70s when the oil boom hit, and then it dropped in 82, and we were broke, and you couldn't tell the difference. Wow. He was still the host. He was still a consumer of life. We're going to eat. We're going to drink. We're going to smoke. We're going to, he was Captain Fun. And this guy, Kenny Wells, is based off of...
Your dad, by the way, was Captain Fun. And also, wasn't he drafted by a professional football team?
Green Bay Packers, 1953.
Right. So this is a guy who...
He's a badass, too.
He ate life up, right?
Yeah, he was a Jim the Bear McConaughey.
So is that what you do when you start to prepare for a character like in Gold? You say, hey, okay, the old man was this badass. No, I'm a badass.
Here's what it is. No. Here's what it is. He would take me around the country. We go office to office to people who owed him money.
Right.
And you bring your 12-year-old son, you can shame some people into paying money back, and it worked.
You were the prop.
Yeah, it's a good prop. So he'd also take me, and I remember this one particular story. He says, it's December 24th, day before Christmas. He says, hey, buddy, let's go get some stocking stuffers. So we hop in the car. We're going to go to Kmart.
Yeah.
He gets off the exit off of 59, about 5 exits early, and pulls into this abandoned one-story shopping mall. Graffiti, broken windows. We go around the back, broken down power lines, dumpsters, and a white van that flashes its lights at us. We pull up next to the van. Pop says, stay in the car. This is Chicago John. And I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
He gets out of the car, leaves it running. Chicago John gets out, little short guy, 5'4", balding head, black leather jacket. Goes to the back of his van. There's washing machines, blow dryers, kitchen sink. He's a moving pawn shop. He grabs this shoebox, pulls out of it something wrapped up in a bunch of paper towels. He goes over to my father, and he's standing in front of him. Whatever he showed my dad, I remember seeing my dad's shoulders go up. And that's what he would do, and he'd get all excited. And then I saw that universal move of my dad's elbow going like this, and he's counting off bills for whatever's in that, box. He comes back to the car, and I remember he's coming back to the car. It's only a 20-foot walk. He's looking up in the sky like, Maybe they're after me with helicopters or something.
Yeah.
No, they're not after him. What are you talking about? But he gets in the car, he hands it to me, he says, put it in the glove box. Make sure no one gets it. I put it in the glove box. I don't know what it is. We drive for a while. He says, open up the glove box, see if it's still there. So I reach in this thing. Is it a fucking ferret? What is it?
What's going on?
I open up this paper towels, and there's this big silver watch. And my dad gets the biggest smile on his face, and he goes, God damn, buddy, that's a $22,000 titanium Rolex, and I just bought it for $3,000. God damn! Now that watch wasn't worth $500,
Right.
but it was the doing of the deal. So at 16, 17 years old, looking through the passenger window, at the back of my dad's shoulders, counting off money to Chicago John behind the abandoned strip mall, that's Kenny Wells.
I see. So that's the guy. You know that guy.
Interaction is that world.
So you have to know the guy in order to play the guy, right? That's how it comes down to.
Well, it sure does help. And the thing is, an actor tries to know the guy, and for this one, I knew him automatically. Sometimes you work your ass off to figure out who it is, and you don't find it till the first day of shooting. Sometimes you never find it.
The movie
but
is called.
You find somebody like the guy in Interstellar.
Well,
He looked at Fred. What do you think? Fred from outer space, right? By the way, Matthew is in Gold, opening in theaters everywhere on Friday, January 27th. We want a big box office, right? We want everyone going.
absolutely.
Yeah, so you're out there getting the word out. You believe in this movie. You've seen the movie. You love the movie.
Yep. All those are green lights.
You
I've
still
seen it. I love it, and I had a killer experience. It's a wild ass ride.
The Howard Stern Show.